We are about 24 hours away from the launch of the Season 4 Deathstroke DLC, and Rocksteady just dropped a blog revealing our first look at Deathstroke gameplay and the announcement everyone following this channel knew was coming. The game is officially ending after Season 4, but not without a major fan-requested feature. What did you do, Durag Nation? I'm back with Super News, bringing you the latest superhero news in 5 minutes or less, because I respect your time if you subscribe. So if this information was valuable, hit the like button so it will reach more people, but if it wasn't for you, change it to a dislike. We knew this day would come, but at least it appears to be ending on a good note. Season 4 will, of course, be the final season of Suicide Squad, as confirmed by Rocksteady after a launch that failed to meet WB's high sales expectations despite being a top 8 seller in the first half of the year. In the official blog, they confirmed the last update will arrive in January 2025 because all seasons are broken up into 2 episodes that release roughly 6 weeks apart, with episode 7 dropping tomorrow with Deathstroke. Despite the rough year, Suicide Squad will have released all 4 of the promised seasons they initially put on the roadmap. The theme of last season, which brought in Deadshot's daughter Lawless, was all about crime and took place in Gotham. The Elseworld Task Force X will recruit Deathstroke from this time around is medieval. On this world that Deathstroke has settled on, the Brainiac invasion is just beginning and is inspired by DC's Dark Knights of Steel comic book series written by Tom Taylor. Smallville is reimagined as a medieval village, and the Hall of Justice is now a castle. Episode 7, Control, launches tomorrow and will allow us to play as Deathstroke. His combat and character design are pretty much what you would expect from Slade Wilson, and it fits perfectly with this game's combat style. He is an extremely fast and skilled melee fighter specializing in bladed weapons, and is also an expert at dealing with firearms. His traversal ability sends out a grapple that launches him forward at high speeds, and his secondary skill allows him to dash in any direction with the anti-gravity tech in his suit, which also lets him hover a little if you're in the air trying to line up a headshot. Speaking of weapons, he will only be able to use assault rifles, shotguns, and sniper rifles, and his skill tree lets you lean into 3 distinct playstyles. Assassin is all about close range combat focused on melee, and includes a skill that causes all nearby enemies to bleed after a melee elimination, or grants him a 50% chance to craze an enemy he hits. Mercenary allows him to play more like Deadshot, giving you skills that increase your critical hit damage and let you automatically reload when defeating enemies with a crit. Meanwhile, the Strategist playstyle is all about spreading afflictions. Don't worry about not being able to play with Deathstroke after support ends though, as Rocksteady confirmed this update will be adding the highly requested offline mode that fans demanded in 2023, which Rocksteady promised to deliver on late last year. However, the developers confirmed that even though you will still be able to access the game offline, all the online services are not being turned off, so you'll still be able to play co-op with your friends. Season 4 will also add brand new weapons, which is nice because last season they ended up recycling a bunch from the previous updates. Episode 7's Infamy set will be all about Gorilla Grodd, and the 3-tier set will have perks built around the Turtle Still Force, which is the strongest piece of traversal gear in the entire game. They will also be adding new weapons based on the villain's Brain Teaser and Talia al Ghul. A new season means a new battle pass, and this one's skins will be inspired by Lex Luthor and lean heavily into the Da Vinci of our time theme. I think Harley and Deathstroke skins look pretty cool, and it appears Joker and Boomerang are the only other characters on the roster who will get them. They also showed on the roadmap what appears to be a skin for Deathstroke inspired by his classic comic look. I'll be live streaming episode 7 tomorrow morning, as well as the final Suicide Squad update next year. Rocksteady is reportedly already working on their next game, which, according to insiders, will once again be all about Batman. The future is still bright for superhero gaming fans. There are actually some potentially huge Marvel and DC reveals coming up, and we could be getting a bunch of them in a few days. Click the video on screen to learn more.